Fabulous.
There's a lot going on in this cosmetic, I'll say that. So, yeah, looking forward to jumping into this one for multiple reasons. But, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of just want, like, we'll get to it in a sec, because I think it's a very interesting cosmetic. But, like, just to round out the thoughts on this draft, like, Z-Freak, he does go post 4 Hoodwink. Husky's going to be playing the 5 Marcy. I think the interesting part to me that kind of, like, set me back is considering how Tempest approached their draft last game, this looks a bit more logical, right? That's not to say there isn't ways that the previous draft could have worked. There are realms of existence in which they can win with that. But this covers more boxes. This ticks more boxes. This covers more angles. And I like the fact that they've essentially got this really good timing around 20 minutes where they can ball up and go. And I hope they do that behind their Viper. I think that, well, it's a support Viper, right? So he's going to be there anyway. But I think the key thing for them is that they can't let this game go too late. Nouns definitely have scalability over Tempest.
And I feel like every time we're seeing Morphling or nearly every game, it's against the Earthshaker. I mean, that has to be, of course, one of the reasons why they were so confident to pick up the Morphling after the Earthshaker and the Viper opening came out on either side. So another game where that's the case, and there's good reason for that. When he gets the Ags, not only does he get that strength benefit as well, but the leaping around with the Enchant Totem is so important. The added mobility, the fissure setup as well is huge. So that's certainly a concern as well that Tempest is going to have to figure out and address. But they're relying on the Evoker with all that said too, as far as their big damage dealer, right? Usually you have that maybe right click around the Invoker who's in the mid lane. It's not this time around. They went the Pudge, so it's going to be on Invoker to be that right click presence.
Maybe we can see a Crosswex build, but let's get in the way. Like, even if he goes Crosswex, which, you know, most people want to Exalt these days, it's still a better draft than what I think they had last time. I think we are in for a fun one here. Now, remember, Tempest, as it stands, unlikely to get their asses out of that lower bracket. I think it's actually statistically impossible now, but they can at least finish up in this series with some confidence on their side before they go into their final one.
I have to think Invoker's going XR here. Not only because of that, which we're talking about the right-click presence, but just the Sunstrike setups are pretty good. Between the Earthshaker, between the Beastmaster, hell, even Pudge to an extent can certainly be great for that. So he hasn't leveled anything yet, but I would be surprised if he goes Crosswex in this game.
Kataro. This is death. This is pure death. Yeah. Tag team gets activated, and he is gone. Great opening for them. They even get the gold on Z-Freak. Very, very good, actually, in this type of game. The Hoodwink getting a little bit extra cheddar in the pocket is going to allow him to up the aggro on this lane. And I just want to quickly have a look at that Invoker set you said was very interesting. Oh, wait. No, it's changed. Oh. Okay, I don't care now. The only way I can describe to everyone the set that he was wearing, it kind of looked like the Burger King man robbed a Pope. It was something else. It was very intriguing.
He does go Quas, though. Interesting.
Yeah. It comes back to the idea that you just want to play the map as a team. Exort seems good in theory, and, like, you know, yeah, you have that scalability, but to put it back to what I always like to go on is like, do you want to play for your win condition or a backup plan? If you can empower your win condition but strip away the backup plan, like, it gives you the best odds of succeeding, right? Yeah. You can't doubt your plan. And if you go for an Exort here, you're essentially just saying that our plan around 20 minutes sucks.
All right. We'll see how that plays out for the mid lane matchup, of course, as well. But that's going to make it a little more difficult, too, in terms of trying to secure those last hits. Granted, a comfortable Crosswex build. You're able to use those tornadoes, etc. Cold snaps we've already seen to help secure those last hits. But enough about the mid matchup.
Morphling?
Actually, top lane. Yeah, he gets low, but it's Morphling now. We've seen cases where that's been an unfortunate circumstance that he does fall, but this time, not the case. He's able to adapt.
Yeah, that was incredibly spooky, though. You remember, this is a level 1 attribute shift. You can very quickly just get tapped down. But I think one of the downsides of having a Shaker, other than him potentially feeding if he's not careful, is that this is a hero that will stun, but he'll stun off to the side. He's not going to stun and get in like a Marcy would, so you don't even have 2 heroes hitting this level 1 Morphling. Oh!
There you go.
That hurts.
Nice fissure. That was maximum range to secure that one, and turns that tip the other way. So Nouns had plenty of their aggressive nature tips last game. So some response from Tempest. Good job by Customly, though, taking up 4, by the way. Committing for that with the waveform.
Yeah, nice. Some confidence. And here's an interesting one for you, right? We've seen a decent amount of Viper in the offlane role, and it's looked really good. Now we get to see the Viper 5. And it's weird because looking at this lane, if you just thought about these heroes, immediately you say, oh, they have the advantage, right? They've got a Viper and they've got a Pudge. You can't escape them, you die. You're up against Hoodwink and Tusk. And you get hooks like this, but they'll never necessarily lead to kills because they always have ways of resetting, whether it's with Shard, Snowball, or the Bushwhack.
So Z-Freak able to run back. You got Kara, they're hunting. You want to find this Tusk in the trees, but manages to get out. He's going to pull the creep wave, and that's not the most ideal situation, but he's just simply trying to survive, and will do just that.
South got cancelled, though, so a little bit unfortunate. He got half value. Maybe there could have been a Bushwhack sooner for Z-Freak, but it's a long cooldown at that point, 14 seconds. He's still waiting on it. And he is actually wasting a lot of mana from this Pudge. I mean, you just saw that whiffed hook. So if he can continue that, then all of a sudden you lose this ability to even threaten the Tusk. Also, mid lane is starting to even up a little bit, despite that Quas start for the Invoker. I feel like it's a lot easier to get away with Quas these days than it used to be.
Yeah, again, just in general, the idea you have to use those abilities a little bit more to guarantee those last hits, of course, but you're seeing that gun the Tornado use in the cold snaps. I'm sure he's very comfortable with it, so yeah, not the most surprising thing to see it at least close, but Zeus does have that slight edge at that mid matchup. Again, close to really getting a little lower, but that's just what we say about Morphling all the time. He is fine, working on that Falcon Blade. Bottom lane, they're going shards up, tag team activated by Moo. They want to make this kill happen. Pudge, is it going to be enough? Bushwhack, it's ready. And
be careful the hook.
There it is.
Oh, no, you bait yourself. It's only level 1 Bushwhack. They're getting a little bit ambitious here, and the hook might be able to connect. Nice side step, though. So, I love the fact that they're targeting the Pudge. We already mentioned why it's good to go after the core instead of the support, because they have to buy their own salve now. But if you think of it from like an armor value perspective, before the chainmail came out, it was much easier to kill him. And also there was a corrosive skin. But now they've got the extra armor on the Pudge, they've decided to switch over to the Viper again.
The easier target in this case.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about the dynamics, though. Until the extra armor came out, it made more sense to go after the Pudge because the corrosive skin got leveled on Viper. But now they're strong enough with level 3 that they don't actually care about the Viper again.
The easier target in this case.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about the dynamics, though. Until the extra armor came out, it made more sense to go after the Pudge because the corrosive skin got leveled on Viper. But now they're strong enough with level 3 that they don't actually care about corrosive skin.
Oh, that's Fissure used up here, but now actually Slayton's the one that's in trouble. Gets pulled back in thanks to Husky. And there's that Mars T presence. The 1-1-1 build, but the dispose brings him right back. And they're able to make that kill happen fairly easily. So 3-1 start now for Nouns. And Morphling is also having a very good time on that top lane, 20-5 CS.
Bot lane though. Katu. Oh, he's really overestimating what he is. I mean, it's that feeling that you're a Viper and you should be able to do whatever you want. But this is a tag team build Tusk. Love that switch up as well. It's kind of interesting to think that last time we saw Moo on the Tusk, it was against the Viper core, and he chose to prioritize his magic build. He's on a different lane to start with, but with the Hoodwink, you just do so much physical damage here. Just look at this. Look at the damage. Oh my.
And that's exactly as you're saying this time with the Pudge, though. He's thinking, okay, Tusk is low. I'm going to just go in and secure this kill. But the tag team level 2 comes out, and then the snowball at the last second from Moo to secure him staying alive and securing the kill. That was just beautiful play, but yeah, that's got to be frustrating for Tempest.
So right now, if you're a Tempest fan, you're like, tell me, Caster, where is the upside? There's got to be an upside. We can't lose everything, right? Correct. You're doing okay in the mid. The mid is going to be the important lane to watch. Like, Tempest are taking a beating on the outer lanes. They are not winning there at all. But because Sebas has gone for a Quas-Wex build, he has the urn, this is where he gets active. His job is to enable everything on the map.
How is that going for a mid lane matchup? Again, yeah, he is keeping it very close on that Invoker versus the Zeus. So, but now you mentioned the urn. I assume that is going to turn into the, maybe not the immediate Spirit Vessel. I wonder if we're still going to see the Hand of Midas. Like I said, that's more of the Exort usually, but with this game and what the expectation is of him, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for the Hand of Midas.
Lane. Oh my god, this is just, this lane is chalked. You can't even do anything here anymore. They at least find Marcy top lane, so good fight there, and Costabile looking like he's going to go down as well. The Pudge dead, Z-Freak now with the double kill. Even if you get this Morphling, I am more worried about what's happening with this Tusk in the bot lane.
No way, no way.
No. But he's still alive. Wait, the spit. Always the spit. That's good. Yeah, but that was actually really good there. So Beast now gets 6 first. Morphling might struggle to come back to this lane. There is an option where Nouns could choose to like rotate and bring the Tusk up there instead, but then your Tusk doesn't have a game. So instead, now they're just going to punish the Pudge even more, which at this stage, the Viper can't do anything to stop.
That was a good combo there in the mid lane, by the way, as Zeus got very low, not able to get the kill from Tempest, but we saw the EMP tornado combo, of course, but then the fissure hitting just prior to the EMP explosion. So yeah, Zeus got very low, but unable to make the kill happen in the end. Zeus is level 6, so Thunder God's Wrath online, doesn't have the mana currently for it. Is heading back to base though. Gonna regen, but that's something else you gotta start looking out for now. If you are Tempest. The next boss is coming out bottom jungle though. Yeah, they find him once again. Kataro, he's just dead. He got cut. He was like, what do you want me to do? I mean, I can spit on them and throw out these acid attacks, but he's just gonna die himself. And Boker's coming in though, so he's baiting this now. Snowball, reaction, the EMP explosion, waits for it. They get up, come out, that is. And now Viper falling too, a double kill, another manning up against the Evoker. They kind of have to move, doing as much damage as possible, but he finally will fall.
Man, that's unfortunate, actually. If they'd hit the Bushwhack, Sharpshooter may have been able to kill with the urn. So Sebas maybe closer to death than is originally apparent there. But overall, good rotation. Absolutely needed to happen. I mean, this bot lane is a bloodbath, and it's been one way. And Sebas needs to utilize that to his advantage. It's urn central. He can get so many charges here and so many kills.
I love this Marcy just... Okay. Gonna kill the rune. But now Sebas is in trouble because he went to deny the rune. They absolutely got him. The snowball in the sharpshooter. Boom, baby, headshot.
Just cock the gun. Z-Freak feeling pretty good there. Just getting a little bit of extra gold in the bank. And this type of game, like, he has gone the urn. I'm trying to think if he wants Spirit Vessel. Like, he's up against the Pudge. There's a Beastmaster as well. This could be a really good Spirit Vessel game for the Hoodwink.
Yeah, no, I think for him, absolutely. There was a little bit of pressure at the top lane. And speaking of that, yeah, rotation coming in. Moo and Husky coming out. KP,
Draken.
Here we go.
He hasn't got Primal Rule. He can't even protect himself. He's just dead. Or not. Tornado with a fissure turnaround. They kill off Costabile.
That was unexpected.
That damage. Crosswex Invoker, folks. Tornado stings, and now they're going to hunt for more. Moo under the tower. No one here to save him. He was meant to be the one saving Costabile. They will be able to not only just convert this into kills, but maybe the tower take as well. However, reinforcements have arrived. Z-Freak now charged up the sharpshooter. Gunner ready to reveal. Prime the shot. Z-Freak turns around for a different kill. Keeps the Shaker out of the equation, but the Primal Roar now level. Dragon will be able to turn around. Gunner overextends and is going to be punished for it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I can't believe he sharpshooted a different target rather than the Evoker. Gunner is alive. The Thunder goes right in the last second, though, before finally going down, and the fight continues. A jump in once again from Marcy. Sebas is still alive throughout all of this. As I say that, he finally falls. Z-Freak does secure the kill. Now he needs to be careful to stay alive himself as Seder Tormentor continuing to do work. The Ice Shard's block on a support Viper does catch, and that should be the end of his life, as there you go. So, I mean, that fight, though, that was just lasting a minute plus, I want to say. It just kept on going. I mean, the way that started was ridiculous, though, by the way. Tempest, the timing of that fissure into the combo from Invoker was beautiful. But with how it ended, not too shabby for Nouns in the end.
And it's important the fissure comes out first, because otherwise you can snowball save. There was just enough damage to ensure the Morphling kill. Really great plays there. Craziest part to me is through all of that absolute bloodbath in the top lane. If you looked at all the heroes at the top, what is the hero you'd expect to turn up to a fight the most at this stage? The one hero that didn't. The Pudge. He was busy taking the bot tower. Carry Pudge, ladies and gentlemen. Not what you expect.
Well, the Acorn shot initially. They're chasing this Pudge. Speaking of him, the Shard, yes, it does connect. Now the TP's coming in. It's Viper next to him, but the explosion is way too much.
Yeah, he almost survived that courtesy of the Hood of Defiance, but too much physical damage coming out in the end. He was trying to buy time for a Dismember into a turnaround, and now that he's dead, Sebas shows respect. He instantly backs away because he can't do this alone.
Yeah, that was Thunder God's Wrath once again coming off cooldown, just barely used by Zeus to secure that kill. Yeah, the shot hits, and And there's Marcy doing Marcy things. Jumps on in and says, get over here.
So some people, they have their questions about Marcy. They're like, why is this hero the way it is? Is it reasonable? Guys, hear me out. Hear me out. All right, maybe Dota 2 anime numbers were down as to what they would expect it to be. And they thought if people thought Marcy was really cool and they knew she originated from the anime, they'd want to watch the anime more. That's all I've got right now. I can't explain this hero still. I can't, like, this hero is bonkers. Just so amazing the impact you can have as a boss 5. Sure, 3 deaths, 7 assists doesn't look that impressive on paper, but we've seen how many important kills this hero has already been able to set up against a draft that's meant to be the killers.
No, and I go,
Speaking
look at this, this is insane. The rebound dispose. You thought you had good distance. You did not. It's Marcy over here on the other side. There's a free kill on Invoker. Guitaro's fine.
Ah, we found the limitation. Mana. That's the... Because Husky, he would have happily just kept chasing that Pudge. And this Pudge, I mean, it's kind of a sad-looking game for him. He built the Hood of Defiance, because he has to in this game. He's kind of lacking the mana, so even if he wanted to, he wouldn't be able to spam and go long-term Brawl. One thing that I'm a bit spooked of for Tempest is, like, overall, Zeus isn't really crippled in this game. Like, despite the fact there's a lot of brawling, despite the fact he had a death, he's pretty content. In fact, he's ahead of the Invoker.
Yeah, and he's got a Kaya coming out very soon, so that's going to be some nice enhanced damage from him. Speaking of Invoker, doesn't committing for the full Spirit Vessel, so again, I get it, but it's seeming like, honestly, it's a pretty late Spirit Vessel. These couple now 3 deaths in total have certainly put him behind. He does queue up the Hand of Midas after the fact, but this kind of goes back to my point earlier that, I don't know, maybe it wasn't a gamble to go the Qualifiers necessarily, but the idea that they need to have him turn it up soon. They need to start getting the kills with this Invoker, the QW build, or else it does seem like nouns could start getting out of control themselves. Now, one other thing to point out, though, too, by the way, is Beastmaster, we haven't really addressed too much, and neither has nouns, because he's second in farm, actually close to Morphling at this point.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. They just need to find a way of converting that into new objectives. It's very difficult for them to take fights if the Pudge still doesn't want to show up, and it just feels like Katara has no interest. You know, if you think about how this game started, he didn't really get to hit creeps, and if a carry like doesn't get to hit creeps, he needs to fix it later on. But nice little pick top. I mean, it just feels like, despite the fact this is a Crossworks Invoker, nouns are the ones hunting, and I think the impressive part is actually their draft is designed to allow the Zeus to fight with them. Usually one of the big issues with Zeus drafts is that they don't want to be anywhere near the fight, they just want to farm up for Nimbus.
Well, he's not afraid to be involved. I like the Ethereal Blade queue up, by the way, onto a Gunner playing that Zeus, so he's going to go even for more just upfront burst potential with that build. There's a Shard queue up as well. Yeah, he expects probably the Shard's going to come up first. That is an important item to have on him.
Yeah, if they get good levels in Hoodwink, they're just a duet that kill really easily. You've got Bushwhack into a lot of burst damage coming out. The E-Blade sets up for the easy sharpshooter after stun ends. And looking at the side of Tempest, not many heroes actually survive that. I mean, even a Pudge of Hood of Defiance is on the edge of death at that stage.
How about Z-Freak, though, by the way, too? Look at his farm, man. Has an Aether Lens now to go with it. And I know we talked about the Spirit Vessel idea, but Aether Lens makes a lot of sense, too, right? He absolutely loves that range. He's even queued up the Shard, but the point is, he's actually tied, essentially, with Invoker in terms of net worth at this point. So, one of those situations, yeah, you look at a stat like that, and you're like, oh, yeah, that kind of explains where we're at, but, oh, here we go, Cat.
Cat to you. We'll force out the snowball. Exactly the biggest come in. Slidine trying to wait for it. Goes to the stun out onto the Zeus. They're going to try to pursue it. Sebas comes in with a cold snap. Hook through. An Echo Slam set up. Beautiful. Zeus now gone, but the turnaround on his way. Reinforcements soon to arrive. The Bushwhack looking good. Moo in the trees trying to buy time. Is going to be cleaned up, though. Good takes by Tempest, but can they turn this into an objective?
Well, Marcy and Morphling getting there a little bit later on, unfortunately. So couldn't assist for the side of Nouns early on in that fight. But yeah, the question is exactly, can Tempest capitalize off of these couple of kills now, specifically the Zeus being dead? Being that mid lane hero, they're going to go for the mid tower. But the Unleash is activated. They catch Pudge, and Pudge, EMP though, response. He's got plenty of supporting cast around him, and apparently enough to stay alive and get the turn kill on Marcy, and the hook back in on Morphling, and Costabile, he will go down as well, and absolutely Tempest has taken advantage too.
Yeah, now they can take the objective. I mean, it was kind of question marky before, but when the Morphling just allows himself to go down like that, when he thinks that he can take out a Pudge that easily, I think Nouns aren't showing the appropriate respect to this Pudge. He has had a hard game. It has been a rough time, but he is still a ridiculously tanky hero. Now, Zach will at least make it not too bad, catches the Earthshaker on the tree, but you have lost your tier 1, and this is a Beastmaster lineup that is designed to come fight you. And I think what they're now waiting on is that Ags. Once Pudge has the Ags, the tempo is going to ramp up in favor of Tempest.
Sure, that's naturally the big item that Pudge is kind of searching for. I know you talked about the Hood of Defiance that he went for earlier on as well to help bulk up. A lot of the magic damage earlier, but especially against Zeus, really. It's one of those heroes where you're just like, yeah, I need a Hood of Defiance, but yeah, the Ags coming. Going to be a big pickup there once he's able to finish that one. Coast to Billy, though, he's going the Manta style. And that death, obviously delaying him a bit, but he does jump back up as far as the top net worth in the game, just over the Beastmaster once again. But yeah, BM, I keep looking back at him. He's got his Helm of the Overlord now. He currently has an Ancient Thunderhide, and look where he's going, right into Roshan.
Yeah, not your typical Roche lineup, you'd think, right? With a Pudge 1, a Quas Wex Invoker. We would think you'd have the damage, but this is the Power Beastmaster, maxed out on the Aura, and a big fat Ancient Thunderhide is good enough to get through this, but not quickly. Might offer up an opportunity for Nouns to go in if they sniff this out, but considering how close the Morphling is to that Manta you mentioned, likely that they don't contest.
And Midas just finished by Invoker. He immediately uses it, of course, so he's going to start ramping up as well. But yeah, they're not going to contest this. That will be an Aegis for Kataro. As, well, maybe. Okay, they're deciding. Okay, Invoker goes back to pick it up. A little bit indecisiveness there. They're talking it over, but they do give it to Invoker.
Yeah, they could have potentially given it to the Beast, but I think Beast understands that the attack speed aura isn't that important. Once he uses Primal Roar, if his creep's still alive, thumbs up, he can die. Whereas the Invoker in prolonged fights is going to actually offer up a lot more, right? Yeah. There's a lot of spells you can cast here, and some of them are a reasonable cooldown, even at that.
Yeah, it's having a nice, fresh, full mana pool sounds good as well. So yeah, I think that actually makes a lot of sense in the right call in the end. Talking it over for Tempest, they give the Aegis to the Invoker. He's been hunting around right now with this Ghost Walk. Full alacrity, got that move speed, but unable to find anyone with it.
The smoke though.
Ready. Oh yeah, smoke.
They're moving top. This wouldn't be expected. Draken wants to get rid of the tower, but they're wrapping around. They check for reinforcements first. They will see Sladine, but nice blink away. The Thunder God's Wrath reveals the location of everyone, but the stun interruption move cannot connect on this. Echo Slam as well. Sladine's slowing down as much as possible. Snowball will pursue through. Maybe you don't want to go here though. Chop a little bit delayed. Moo able to blink away, so a lot committed, but not much gained. Only the Shaker dead.
Yeah, good blink out from Tusk. Manages to go digging as well with that trusty shovel. Finds a health potion, and he's like, "Yep, that's what I needed." Pops the health bot, so gonna be.
So that's how it works.
Back. Yeah, it's like, yeah, let's say, just call out an item and you'll get it. Games like this, I suppose. No, but this Ancient Thunderhide is being pretty annoying in the back lines, but speaking of the back lines, the front lines, yeah, there's a jumper with a proper roar, the hook as well. Sick here, sick kill on that position 3. Tusk, now Marcy also gonna fall. They were able to kill Viper, but again, it's support over here. You got the Sunstrike going out for possibility, but he's going in. Wait for him forward. Kataro, low, but not low enough. Morphling did morph into the Pudge, but is he tanky enough? He's doing this shift. The strength, he morphs it. Oh, he avoids the hook. That was close. That tickled the butt a little bit, but he gets out.
But you see the issue for Costabile here. Where this really goes wrong is how much Sebas actually counters him. Because, and this is actually an interesting dynamic of like the Morphling Invoker matchup. Like Spirit Vessel's always been good against this hero, but one of the nice turnarounds is Morphlings used to always go for E-Blades, so they would shotgun people. So they didn't worry about the disarm. What really made that fight so manageable for Tempest in the end is after they force the Manta out and he waveforms in comes the chop. He's disarmed. Morphling can't kill anyone, so this hero is just completely neutered at that stage in the fight. It's exactly why you'll now see Costabile going towards a BKB next.
Yeah, you see that. Speaking of the Ethereal Blade, Zeus having one of his own for the opportunity. It's just kind of farming out the mid lane currently. The posturing, though, of Tempest is pretty aggressive still. In fact, Hook, it's going to connect. It hits the Tusk. Immediate snowball comes out. How do you play out? Move. Trying to get away. Throws up the Walrus Punch. The Sunstrike. Nope, not going to connect, though. That was the Sharpshooter hitting Earthshaker. So,
yeah,
no full engagement.
But they know everyone's here, and Morphling's bot farming, so it's not too bad for Nouns. Like, their Morph is getting a little bit bigger. they do need him to carry this game because it feels like what the 4 can do alone is starting to pitter off a little bit. And this Zeus hasn't really gone for that kind of, split push, farm, and go super late game build. Like you mentioned that E-Blade, it means that he wants to be present and he wants to try and get maximum impact in the mid.
This smoke play, though, I actually like it quite a bit from Tempest, all the way from the top side of the map. Now they're smoking bottom, trying to catch Noun.
Yeah, Moo's trying to break the smoke. A nice blink away. He knew they were coming.
I mean, damn, that was quick. I think it looked so easy. At my age, I can't do that anymore. When I was younger, I could, of course.
You just need to pour energy drink onto your eyeballs, consume it, power your PC with it, and I think maybe you can get back to those days. I think that's how that works.
Something I want to point out, though, by the way, is Z-Freak, what is stat line? 13-0-6 on a freaking Hoodwink as a support. That's
I
impressive.
actually didn't realize he had that many kills.
Yeah, these
securing, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's worth
and of course,
a lot.
he's enabling the team. Like, he went for the Hunter's Boomerang, which I loved in this game. The stun coming out. Sue Echo Slam. Maybe his first kill on the way. Z-Freak trying to back off. Will be able to make it out. Teammates might not be so lucky. Hook back on the toss. Zeus gone as well. 2 now dead. And Tempest in a position to easily take this tier 2 tower.
Yeah, I mean, they save the Z-Freak, keep that streak alive, but they lose the Zeus and the Tusk, so that's a rough one. Great initiation, though, from the Earthshaker. Oh, and they also found Marcy, apparently, over here, yep. So Marcy now dead, so make it 3 in total. The Earthshaker lit in the way, though. He's got that blink. The Echo Slam was beautiful, and of course there is the Invoker follow-up with what he provides of the EMP tornado combo and everything else. So a couple of very crucial kills. They get the tower kill on top of that. And Tempest, so we kept on mentioning, especially with the Colossus X build and everything, they really needed to kind of find their groove in this, excuse me, in the early to mid stage. We're in that point. And frankly, they're doing exactly what they needed to do, right? They've got a lot more active now. The blink on Earthshaker, I think, is certainly the biggest factor of that. But we're seeing now what Invoker and, frankly, everyone else on this team could do and what this composition can do.
Absolutely. And this is a strong point. They should be turning the screws at the stage. Aegis did just expire after that as well, so they got value out of it in that regard. They were able to force a fight. But now you're going to see Nouns move out. They are just waiting an extra minute before they're ready to go because something key is coming up. Costabile almost has the BKB. That's when he can comfortably fight against this draft. So while Tempest are hitting their timings, the Morphling is still a risk here, especially when you consider that the Beastmaster can't be the solution forever.
Yeah, you see here that you mentioned that BKB. It is very close. Just needs a 14.
Although if you find him here with a hasted punch, nice intercept. Stops him just in time. He's going to turn around on mistakes may have been made here. The toss back, Husky turn around on Promerol comes out the Tusk as well. So 2 on the side of Nouns going to go down, maybe 3 if they're not careful. Once again, Tempest just keep turning the screws.
That was like a freaking fullback right there, and I don't know, from the American football terms.
Oh, we're Americanizing this now.
I mean, NA Dota, let's go. No, but that's what it reminded me of, honestly. A fullback basically there to protect the Morphling. That's essentially what Marcy was. Of course, he's the one that gets picked off, but in the end, kind of doing her job right there. However,
that kill streak.
It's not going to hit, though. Z-Freak's alive now.
No, he's gone.
Finally taken a look at that bounty. As a result, 1,000+ gold. Thank you very much. Even with the death, I think they're very satisfied about that.
Yeah, and Katara will get away. A lot of gold going into their pocket. Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. It had to happen eventually. The Hoodwink was going to go down. It's not a hero that's easy to survive the entire game on. You're elusive, but the price is you're incredibly squishy.
Finally catch it. Oh no.
No, I was about to say, you don't want that one. You definitely do not want that one. So, yeah, to your kind of idea of like your football analogies, you know what the better one would be? Like, and it's still American. It's get down, Mr. President. You know, bodyguard in.
Sure, yeah.
I like that Moo does that really well, though. I love the way he utilizes this task.
Oh,
although this time, it's get down, Mr. President the other way. Husky gets him away just quick enough.
Yeah. They do kill the Ancient as well that Beastmaster had, so some added value there for Nouns coming out of that situation. So Drakey will have to go searching for another.
I do like the way that Nouns not only drafted, but itemized to cover each other until Morphling's ready. Like, you saw the E-Blade come into the picture there to save Moo. It just feels like these 4 heroes are bros who have each other's backs. And Costabile is just kind of that bench pressing maniac that's eventually just going to come in and deck everyone in the clubhouse. An easy opener, poor little Sadine, revealed by the Thundergod's Wrath. But timing a little bit off the mark for Nouns. They were hoping maybe Roche was on the table, but still a minute out.
Yeah, that really does feel bad for the Earthshaker. He was actually in a pretty good spot hidden, but Zeus decided to press R and Thundergod's Wrath. Yeah, no chance once that happened, but that's, of course, that part of that ability that kind of transition into more of that as we pick up the game, right? Where in the early game stage, coming in the laning phase, you're looking to have him press R to secure a kill, you know, with the ganks or whatever. But as we pick up mid to especially the late game, it's more of a scouting tool than anything. So, in a lot of ways.
Especially in this type of game. Like, this game is hanging in the balance. Like, whoever jumps first should more or less always come out ahead. So you want to make sure you're not holding on to Thundergod's Wrath too frugally. If you feel scared, you probably should be scared. And this is looking scary. Morphling, nice save comes out. Moo able to save the day with a snowball. Chase through on a Sladine. Nice chop through, though. And Sladine looks like he will not stay alive. Costabile still gets the kill.
Doesn't have an axe yet. A Morphling doesn't matter. He's still very good at take over the Earthshaker. And yeah, using the Fissure against himself to secure it. So they close that net worth a little bit more. Point is, Tempest still is in the lead of about 4,000. But I go back to the Yags on Morphling. That is the item of the one that ideally will start shifting the sand. Oh, he avoids the hook by Cohen in with a waveform. Tusk up in as well. Kataro having to dismember immediately stopped him. He's up on the Sunstrike hits, and Morphling will fall. And now it's push time for Tempest. They need more, they want more, they're gonna get more. Tusk is dead as well in the back lines. Husky making sure to rebound away, helping Gunnar as well, so that will be all they get, but I say that, you know, lightly, because they got quite a bit, especially on the Morphling.
Yeah, that's okay. It's going to be a balanced exchange. 250 got that. It's definitely still a favorable one for Tempest to find. They have to keep hunting this Morphling. We already mentioned the scalability issue. They've kind of offset it to certain extents, and the funny part is they take that fight before the next strong timing comes on the side of Tempest, which is the BKB for Pudge. With Ags plus BKB, this Morphling's game becomes incredibly hard to play. Even if he activates BKB, he can just be locked on the spot with Dismember, Primal follow-up, and he can still die. So Nouns are still an item or two away from the Morphling being able to just do what he wants in this game. And I like that Tempest chooses to strike now and then also follows it up with the second Roche.
Using that ancient granite golem, provide the health and tank up. He's going to throw an alacrity on him. But yeah, again, not the quickest killing Roshan. It's going to happen though. With the positioning, you have Earthshaker making sure not to get smoked on and positioning himself, getting some extra vision. But there is the official Roshan kill, so the Aegis this time will go to Pudge. And who are they giving it? It's going to be all right, the birds. Those dive bombs coming out now, baby.
All right, so birds are going to be there. They're just trying to hunt the Costabile, hoping they could catch him before he'd hit attribute shift. Spooky, spooky game for Costabile. Like I was mentioning a bit earlier, it's just a kind of like who jumps who first type game. Especially, it always feels like when you have more things as well, right? Like if you get caught without shift going, you're dead anyway. But at the same time, when you look at Tempest's side, their heroes don't retreat that well outside of the Invoker. So they definitely have to keep plowing forward and initiating first.
Yeah. He's got the shard, so not having to be concerned about that at least. Can do it through stun, but still does not want to get locked down throughout. This tower being pushed in, the Granite Golem. I'm going to use the Walrus Punch to kill it before it kills the tower, because it was doing so. And so, let me see, good use right there. Bottom lane being pushed out, but now with TP's coming in, it's like it's time to get away for Gunnar.
Oh, if Sladine had realized he was actually in range for the fissure, he wasn't quite sure where he was, so Zeus a lot closer to death than maybe was first apparent. Actually,
this Beastmaster continues to be impressed by his farm. I mean, the fact that he's keeping up with the Morphling so well.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was about to highlight that. Like, Draken has really been the standout for me. Like, Seba's done a lot of space making in the mid game, but just from start up until now, Draken has had a fantastic game. I remember the early kills. I think he got a double kill, if I recall correctly, on the lane against both Morphling and Marcy, which doesn't happen often. Not when you've got the Shaker backup. I just think, like, when you think back to that lane, there should be a lot more brawl potential for Nouns, but Tempest were on point with their positioning, as they have been through this game.
Yeah. Speaking of positioning, you got in front with that ghost walk from Invoker. They're charging in. Here we go. The drum's going off by Belib. Goes to Belib. There's that proper war lockdown. He's shifting, but is it enough? Going to be saved initially with the disposal. No, he goes down, and so does Marcy. The chase continues. They also catch Z-Freak. The EMP explosion goes off, and Sabas
they're not done.
Secure that kill. Gunnar,
they know where Gunnar is.
Not done, absolutely.
They see him. Nice little bird there to assist. So it's ending up being 4 kills for the side of Tempest. Nouns only having one of the savers left in Moon. What a play, man. What a utilization of this Pudge. I love the fact that as soon as that BKB is online, Pudge is everywhere. And you just see how crippling this Ags can be against Morphling. He was not shifting into health whatsoever.
That's the free tower kill. It's going to be the Rax. I mean, still 25 seconds for Morphling and Zeus. I mean, that's a key factor as well. That should be. Oh, backer protection. Okay.
Nah, next wave's coming in. Like, they can take 2 lanes 100%. They've still got Aegis on the Pudge. Even when you're up, like, you haven't got Thunder's God's Wrath. You haven't really got the burst damage to kill any of these heroes, to be honest. I mean, they might show some respect after the glyph, but realistically, if they want, they could take another lane. But as is typical, discipline matters here, and you always got to remember, once you do take a lane after a fight, you've got a lot of extra gold in your pockets.
Yeah, so not going to get the 2 sets in the end, but they will gladly accept the fact that they're in further ahead now. What's up?
Dismember's just such a reasonable spell, isn't it? I just watched him fully heal after dismembering a creep, and it's almost off cooldown already. He's in. So I got an Aegis for a minute and a half. I want to use Echo Slam. Comes in big and wipes them out. Nouns losing the Morphling again, full up on the Zeus, and this game might be over.
All right, and Tempest on the verge of taking their first game here at the group stage of the LCQ. If they can close it out officially, and yeah, they're certainly on the verge as they go in to put it. Pudge in minute 10 of the Aegis, so he's low on life, but he's at the point where he probably would just be fine dying. Yeah, he's just going to run at them almost. It's like, yeah, please kill me. I want to heal up. So he's going to get aggressive. He's going to take some shots, and I think he's going to die. So he's going to come back up, though, on purpose. They're taking out the Rax, but Nouns not throwing in the towel yet, but now tier 4. This definitely could be it.
Yeah, there was no neutral here from Dismember back to full health this time, but what a play. What a turnaround, actually. Slovene, compared to game 1, his impact has truly been felt here. If you give him that type of hero, he proves that he can deliver. And although they won't end the game here, it feels almost over for Nouns. It's now a 23,000 net worth lead for Tempest. And, well, Nouns, they scaled themselves around this idea that 4 could protect 1. That 1 once again died, and they can't protect themselves either. So what's left at that point?
Not much. Not much is left, and goes back to the lineup. And again, I know there's that question mark for the Quaswex build from the beginning as far as the Invoker goes, but I'll gladly say that I was absolutely wrong. Sabas knows what he's doing for sure, and going to make it work. The team, or at least that's a thought. Now just gonna get the jump in though. They do kill the Earthshaker immediately. He buys back though, rebounding from Husky in the backline. Kataro getting low on life. His BKB's allowing him to run away for the time being. Goes to delay. Sitting there with the right click turret, but in the backline, Sabas able to take out Zeus back there, but the BKB's now worn off. Alacrity, Ghost Walk, he's attempting to get away. The fissure block. Oh, but here comes Z-Freak in the hunt, and Moo will secure the kill on Invoker. So a big kill there for Nouns at least.
Sladine has Echo Slam in 12 seconds. He's looking to reinitiate. They want to go in again. Katara is also moving forward once again. Sladine has the stun control, can set up for the hook, but nice sidestep. Katara just a little bit too slow here. Whoa, my oh my. A fight that Nouns needed to work there. That was their kind of breakout moment to slow this game down, to maybe get a soft reset point, but in the end, only able to claim the head of 2. Means that Tempest can once again go on the aggression.
21,000 net worth lead, but almost irrelevant. It's just the control of the map, especially for Tempest, is what really matters. And there's that Dismember once again being used to heal on up for Katara. So on the side, he'll do so. He's got a Shiva's coming. Him and I believe Invoker. Okay, I saw Invoker earlier also going to Shiva's, but no, he's changing up on this side.
I mean,
he's gonna go for something makes sense.
That Dismember with Paladin's Sword especially, like, he can just stand in a fight and heal to full. If Moo isn't there with a Walrus Punch, like, this guy is not only gonna almost guarantee a kill going the way of his team, he's also not going to die afterwards. So definitely someone that still needs to be addressed by Nouns. I'm just looking at like what the next recovery point is. They are so far behind in this game. BKB could be good for Moo, but there's still a big question mark around their damage.
Very interesting here. There's actually not something we see often, but double boots of bearing on the side of Tempest. Both Beastmaster and Viper even has one, so.
I think that's like a comparative of what Viper can only really build, and then Beastmaster having too good of a game, right? It's like they always plan this on catching, but the Dragon just looks like, I don't know, what do I build now? I guess we're just going to build Boots of Bearing. Screw 'em.
Why not? Well, they got it. The Ancient Ice Shaman, that intimidating Ancient we talked about, is marching towards the base of Nouns currently. The hook is not going to connect, but get some idea of who's where.
They're going to be so consistent with the juiced up move speed and attack speed with the Boots of Bearing as well. I mean, to quote my good friend Lacoste, bang your drums, bang your mum. There's going to be a lot of mums banged by this. Jump in for Moo. Celine found the tree line, or is he? It's a turnaround on the Moo, down to half HP, hasn't used the BKB yet. Follow up as well to stun him on the spot. And they've already lost Husky. They have to stand and fight though. Costa Bile with the BKB, able to push back against Katara for the time being. But he's protected by the Glimmer. Nice waveform through, but a little bit too deep. Costa Bile, a bridge too far here. Moo will at least get the turnaround kill, but at what cost?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, unfortunately, it was for his life right there. And, you know, I could just see he was so focused on wanting to really kill that Pudge was the Morphling, but it just wasn't able to happen in time. Sure, he died on the Pudge, but Morphling going down, not the ideal situation. So it's going to be a Hoodwink and a Zeus to hold off the longest they can and try to go for the blow-up on Viper, but it's good for now, the Sharpshooter. Never mind, but
I mean, this I'm pretty sure you just got a pos fight Viper deleting your racks at this stage. Actually, it's kind of deceitful. It's the big creep, right? The Granite Golem's the one doing the most damage, 200 per strike, but that is mega creeps, and that is Nouns now probably at like a 1% chance to turn this around.
Well, you're gonna say that. We got to check the graphs, right? Yeah, it is 1%. All right. 99 to 1 officially.
Wow.
So we're not at the 100 mark. We've seen that before, where it says 100%. You're just like, well, that's just rude.
Is there like a TI variable in there if TI never say 100%, right? Because you never know what can happen at TI.
Very true. So yeah, maybe there is, but it's only 99%. So you're saying there's a chance, is what Nouns is responding with right here. But this is it's tough. I mean, Morphling, again, I thought maybe with the Axe pickup that was going to be the key to giving hope, but it really hasn't been. Still able to be locked down effectively and eventually killed off. So, and even with this hell of a farm and start on Hoodwink, hasn't unfortunately managed into too much. He does get the Axe, by the way. We didn't even talk about that yet, but the decoy now active for Z-Freak. But that just feels like one of those abilities that sound like, oh, nice to have, I suppose, but it's not really a game changer necessarily.
No, it's just not enough. You can't rely on Hoodwink to solve your problems now. It has to come from the Morphling or nowhere. And this is always a worrying detail in a Morphling gameplay strategy, is when they have to go for free defensive items. Manta, BKB, and the Lincolns, you usually do this when someone else can carry the damage load on your team. Usually you could argue Zeus could do that, but as we've seen, Tempest just beeline for him. If he's seen anywhere near the fight, they're going to jump on top of him.
Ancient Granite Golem is up once again. Around the team as Tempest was thinking about it, but now they fall back. I think it's because they realize Roshan's up. That's the case. They're going to go into the Roshan pit. The Ag's blessing on Roshan. See who they throw that on. Definitely some options here. Does anyone have an Ag gift? I guess other than Pudge? No, so curious where they go with this.
Like, actually, I kind of like the idea of Ags on like, Katsu. So I think, yeah, it's too good on Invoker to not give, right?
Yeah, he gets it. Yep, Sun Strikes. So we're going Cataclysm, baby.
They got some good setup. And if we get a Pog Echo Slam coming out from Sladine, it'll easily connect. And well, even BKBs won't protect you from that follow-up.
Yeah, just the life pool, especially with the Granite Golem. And just click it there. Everyone's like 3,000 plus, it feels like.
So insane.
Yeah.
And its damage on itself as well, being 200. Stun. Follow up. They've got him. Morphling gets the shift off. Nice boot out to safety. Courtesy of Husky, but Husky has to sacrifice himself. Moo still brawling in the back here, but not good enough. Has to retreat away. Z-Freak goes down. Buyback there. But the stun's locking them out of their fountain. Gunner pleading for help, but the only assistance he's going to get is from the other side.
Tempest takes it. 1-1 split. Congratulations to them. Really, I mean, that honestly is a feels good moment in the sense that, again, I hate to see it, a team ultimately go winless throughout, and they still even have 2 more matches to come. So, but that has to be a great feeling, just like it was for Nouns yesterday, again, with their first victory that they had in the late one against Secret, as we talked about several times. So, but Tempest definitely deserves